In 1992, a dynasty was born. Ralph Munger took the reins as head football coach of the Rockford Rams and experienced immediate success. In the first 5 seasons, he had successfully turned around the entire football program with 3 OK Red championships and 2 regional championships. Going into the 1998 season, expectations were high to accomplish something great, something that had never been done before here at Rockford.
That group of young men, seniors in particular, were following in the footsteps of a very, very talented and powerful group that was a year ahead of them. This group that made it all the way to the Dome, wasn't one of our best teams. Talent-wise, no, but as a team and with dynamic leadership from Danny Richard and a number of other guys, that group just somehow, some way, made things happen, okay, week in and week out. What we didn't do is beat ourselves. Okay, what we did do is take advantage of others' mistakes. And, it's amazing how things just unfolded and fell to our favor rather than going against us. And, one thing I definitely remember about that group, without question, is when we walked down the tunnel at the Silverdome. God, I get goosebumps thinking about it right now. But as we walked down that tunnel, to take the field for warm-up, our guys were incredibly focused. Okay, and if you walk into the Silverdome or Ford Field, it is a monstrous place. Okay, absolutely monstrous. And when you walk out there, the noise level is muffled, and the atmosphere is just like none other. Okay, but our guys fed off of that and played within themselves, almost pulled off an incredible upset. And we had a lot of fun playing. And when the game was over, we were disappointed, okay, but we were also extremely proud of the way that we had prepared and the way that we competed on that particular day. And, that group, was the start of some other great times to come in future years.
The loss to Detroit Catholic Central in 1998 was an incredible experience that put Rockford football on the map. That 1998 team paved the way for future teams. It wouldn't be long before Rockford would be back to win a state championship. In 2004, the Rams beat South Line in the semifinals, and they were back where they were in 1998.
The difference was that the group in 2004 had most likely, about 90% of them or more, had been at that game earlier, a few years earlier. The difference is there was no awe, okay, because we were able to prepare those young men for, what we experienced from a coaching staff standpoint earlier. Because of what the group had done in previous years, the next group knew that this is very doable, okay, very doable. And we had a very talented group of young men, that, again, were very team-oriented, very unselfish. They were all about us, rather than me. And so I'd say, when it comes to our practice preparation and those things, having that prior experience was a big help.
After winning the first state championship ever at Rockford, Coach Munger went back to the drawing boards in 2005 and put together a very talented group who was determined to make it back for another state championship. After a thrilling triple overtime game versus Brighton, the Rams made it back with the pressure of possibly winning back-to-back state championships.
Pressure is really what you place on yourself. And we every year there's pressure here. We live in a world of pressure. And how we learn to deal with that obviously has a lot to do with the success and enjoyment that we have in the lives that we live. The pressure of 205, I don't really believe we had a lot of pressure other than we wanted to get back there because we had tasted, what it was like, and we really wanted to get back to playing at that level so that they could, not only achieve what the group before them did, but also continue a tradition of excellence that we've put in place here.
After winning back-to-back state championships, expectations were high again in the 2006 season to get back for a possible third championship. The team battled their way through the playoffs in exciting wins at Milford and the domination of Canton in the semifinals. However, the Rams were unable to make it 3 years in a row and lost to Macomb, Dakota. The following season in 2007, Coach Munger was contacted by NFL Films for an experience of a lifetime. Over the previous 10 years, there was a bitter rivalry in the making between Rockford and Muskegon with heartbreaking, questionable calls that ended the seasons in 2001 and 2002.
That loss was, any loss is tough, but that loss came on the goal line 2 years in a row. Hard-fought games, by two talented groups. So what did we learn? I guess the big thing there was, from a coaching standpoint, my emphasis the next year and in the years to come is finishing stronger. Finding ways to be tougher mentally so that we could finish stronger and so that we could make plays or deny plays in critical situations like we had faced in those years. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that I took away from it, and will continue to emphasize that as long as I coach.
Emotions were high heading into the game, and with the entire country watching, the Rams pulled off a huge upset, beating the Big Reds at Hackley Stadium.
Well, again, whether it was Muskegon or anybody, to be able to pull off, an upset of that magnitude, because, on that year, in that game, versus that particular Muskegon team, for whatever it's worth, they were nationally ranked, but let's put it this way, they had some incredible talent, incredible talent. And we, again, took the field with an incredible team, that was made up of, a number of young men that, as we mentioned before, were just flat out all about us, very unselfish, very committed to our game plan and carrying it out the best that they could. Did we match up from an athletic standpoint? No. Speed favored them, size favored them. But at the same time, our guys just played their tails off from start to finish, and we made enough great things happen, both on offense, defense, and special teams, to be able to pull off an incredible upset.
After a tough loss in the district finals at Holt in 2007, the Rams were determined and ready to make another championship run. With a very talented senior class returning, expectations were very high in 2008.
I really felt they could be special right from the get-go. And again, looking back at years prior, you knew that in order to win a conference, in order to play well in your state tournament, and possibly extend your season long enough to get to a state championship, we knew that was possible all along. That particular year, we had a nice team, a real nice team, a talented team. We played well, together as units, offense, defense, special teams. So I really believe that in the early going, that if we continued to progress, by the time we reached the playoffs, this group might make the run. And they potentially could win a state championship, which of course they did.
Caleb Beamers was on the team in 2008 and talks about his experience of being in the state championship.
It was incredible. I mean, the fact that you're in a state championship, playing for the title, you've worked so hard all season long. It's an adrenaline rush. Even just walking out there for the first time when you're in an NFL stadium, just pretty cool to be playing in that. So just playing with the guys you've played with all season long and worked hard with, it's just an incredible experience.
After that victory in 2008 to win a third state championship in the past 5 seasons, the Rams have been ever so close to getting back to Ford Field. The past 3 seasons, the Rams have been 1 victory away from getting back to compete for another state championship, but have come up short.
We've been ever so close to being able to compete again, yes. And we, what you got to do is you got to keep getting back there. Got to keep getting back there, and then you'll make the play instead of Bayer from Plymouth, and you'll make the play in overtime instead of Catholic, and then you'll make the play instead of Catholic last year.
One thing that sets Rockford apart from other schools is the big family that the players and coaches have. The football family doesn't only include coaches and players. Ram Nation also plays a crucial role in making this program so special.
I mean, you come here early, you see at least 3 or 4 motorhomes tailgating out in front, and I mean, everyone's on your side. They want you to win no matter what.
It's unbelievable to see like the whole community and everyone that comes out and around, and everyone who supports our football team, and how hype it gets, and the student section, all the little kids who look up to all varsity players, and just how much fun it is. And
Friday nights in the fall at the TED are like none other. Senior linebacker Brent Sawyer shares what it's like walking out onto the TED on a Friday night all ready to go.
It's mostly excitement. You get a little nervous just because you know that the opponent coming in you have a huge target on your back because you're playing at home at the TED, and everyone coming in wants to get a big win at the TED. So the feeling, probably really excited just knowing that you're going out to play in front of so many people and that you're supporting your team, your school, and your community.
One of the team's newer coaches, Coach Cummings, was a very talented player and played at the University of Michigan. Coach Cummings could have coached at a variety of different schools, but ended up coaching at Rockford because of how special he thought the program was.
Well, I'm going to start first with Coach Munger. He's been here for 20 plus years, and the program that he has built here is something special. He's the best coach in the state, okay, hands down. To be able to work under his guidance is awesome. We're surrounded by great coaches, and then going back to the great kids and the great families, that's what makes this place so special.
Rockford is very lucky to have such a special coach like Coach Munger. He has an overall record of 185 and 55 in the 20 years at Rockford. He has guided his team to 12 OK Red championships, 11 district championships, 11 regional championships, 2 finals runner-ups, and 3 state championships. In 2006, Coach Munger was inducted into the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame.
I'll be smart enough to know if it's time. Okay, I don't believe it's time. I still feel that I connect well with the young men. I still have a drive. I still have a passion. I still have my health. All those type of things. And what else is there in the fall? I mean, I don't know.